Welcome to our latest YouTube video series, Consulting into Retirement. In this YouTube video series, which I'm just launching today, what we're looking to achieve is to not only provide yourself, but at the same time myself, with direction and insights on how to further your own professional successes into a long-term consulting opportunity to others beyond what you're presently undertaking. The reality that you'll find is that with your current position, it's not really based on a internet strategy. It might be partially, but it doesn't really derive all the benefits of internet, social media, YouTube, and all those different opportunities that are emerging today with technological advances. And you have to get in front of it, just like I believe I have to get in front of it. Because ever since I launched my own legal practice some 10 years ago, because of circumstances, very positive, but circumstances nevertheless, where I moved locations and decided I'm going to attempt to start my own practice, which has been very successful to date. It has been heavily derived from the internet, and the internet is changing at a rapid pace that you have to continue to stay ahead of it and to continue to make strides with it. Take, for example, just the other day, 2 new clients, both based off the internet. Other side of the continent, the first one, multi-million dollar transaction, a lot of legal work involved in that, all coming off the internet. And then another transaction, more in the franchise field, nevertheless, but that also specifically coming off one of my franchise websites. Once again, it is knowing the internet, continuing to work with the internet, moving with the internet. So how does that relate to consulting into retirement? Well, what you have is you've got a very unique skill set. There's lots of people probably have a similar skill set, but you have a skill set and now you have to apply it to the internet. Now the challenge I find is that you have a lot of successful YouTube advice consulting arrangements that are already presently on the internet. However, when you look at it, it's people who do not have 20, 30 years of professional experience like myself and like yourselves, but someone who is just coming new to it, understands the technology, and is providing a brand new approach to consulting. And I give them all the credit in the world. They are making new trends, but their focus is largely on people who are breaking into their sphere of business. And because that is where they're coming from. They don't have decades of experience in their own professional practice. That is what we have, and that's why this YouTube series is focused on. Taking people like ourselves who have lots of experience and translating that experience into a new medium that will allow us to move forward in the next phase of our lives. Our current phase of professional business is going to have to continue unabated for some time. For some of you, you might be just on the verge of moving into retirement. For others of us, we're still decades, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years away from full-fledged retirement. Nevertheless, you have to be moving towards it and putting down the basis for moving forward, because the internet is something that takes time unless you want to be driven by advertising. And although advertising is good, it should not be your core focus, because it only goes so far. Instead, what you need to do is you need to build on your organic treatment of your internet presence. You have to build up a solid presence, because it is a solid presence that's going to get you the work of serious businesses going forward, so that you can move into phases of partial retirement, full retirement, where you're moving away from full-fledged 9 to 5, or for many of us professionals, 9 to 9 operations, 5 to 6 days a week, to a period where you're actually spending more time taking it easy, enjoying life, being away from one single location, and still being able to provide services to a very niche and very specific clientele. And that is what the intention of this particular YouTube video series is. We're going to be exploring all these aspects. At the same time, I would greatly appreciate your comments, and I would like you to focus on subscribing to it so you're reminded of when we have new videos. There will be lots of videos coming in this series. The videos will become fresher and cleaner, as this is an ongoing process. But it is a process nevertheless, and it is a process that you too have to be commencing, because the challenge with the internet is that you need to commence now, slowly but steadily. It's a steady process. You build a presence in different areas. You build a presence with your website. You build a presence with social media, LinkedIn. You build a presence on YouTube. These various presences continue to grow, and you draw people in. You draw in business, and that is how it will work. You can't expect things to simply appear. They won't. But that is the challenge of the internet. And you can do it in such a way as you're not taking away from your core work, but you're simply building up the basis for having a very successful retirement, where you still challenge yourself intellectually, but you have an alternate source of income to support yourself. Well, thank you for watching this first video in this new series. We hope you found it informative, you subscribe to it, and provide us your comments as we move forward. Thank you.